A very good morning, students. Today I am going to continue with the same chapter, that is chapter 6, Animal Classification of Science 2, Standard 10th. Now let us recall here what we have studied in our previous lecture. We have studied about the germ layers, that two types of the germ layer are there, diploblastic and triploblastic. Diploblastic mean made up of two layers, triploblastic mean made up of three layers as ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Now we will see that we have studied about the types of the coelom, then criteria regarding animal classification, phylum Porifera, phylum Coelentata or Nigeria, and phylum Platyhelminthes, etc. These are all topics we have covered in our previous lecture. Now, again I am informing you children that whatever contents are omitted for you due to COVID problem, that I will cancel here. You also have to cancel in your book. In previous lecture, we have stopped our lecture at Platyhelminthes phylum. Now, today we will start with the Aschelminthes. Now, let us show you some pictures here. This is phylum Aschelminthes. In that, roundworm is the example. Phylum Annelida is there. Earthworm is the example of phylum Annelida. Here you can see phylum Annelida. In that, how this CT are shown here, and the earthworm is there. Then you can see phylum Arthropoda, butterfly, cockroach, etc. come under this phylum Mollusca. Now we will start with the explanation part. We are starting with our explanation part, children. We can see here this part. Some surprising information is cancelled for you. Okay, children? Now, let us start with the phylum Aschelminthes. Here, first of all, I will tell about the features of Aschelminthes. So, you can see here what are the important features of the Aschelminthes here. First is the body of this animal is long, thread-like. You can see here, this is phylum Aschelminthes, and first point we will see here, body of this animal is long, thread-like, or we can see cylindrical. That is why cylindrical mean they are tubular, hollow tubular shape. That means they are cylinder shape, so they are called as the cylindrical. Now, hence they are called as the roundworm. These animals are either free living or endoparasite. Now, what is the meaning of endoparasite, children? A parasite that lives in the internal organ tissue of its host. That is called endoparasite. So, this point you have to learn that what is endoparasite here. Now, they are either free living or sometimes they are aquatic. Aquatic means they are living in water, and sometimes they are terrestrial, living on the land. Now, we can see the third point, children, that body of these animal is triploblastic and they are pseudocoelomatic. That means triploblastic means made up of three layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. And pseudocoelom mean their coelom or the cavity is as false cavity. Now, Fourth point, we can see body of this animal in non-segmented. That means, like in earthworm, you can see different the ring like segments are there, but here the body is completely smooth, no segments are there, and they are covered with the tough cuticle. Cuticle mean outer covering, that is tough. These animals are unisexual. So unisexual mean either the male sex is there in one organism or female. That means male and female are separate. Like in human being, male is separate and female is separate. Now what are the example? Ascaris, that is intestinal worm, filaria worm, loa loa, it is also called the eye worm. So these all are the example of this, you can see here. So this is all about the Aschelminthes. I'll show the diagram here, children. Here you can see that two diagrams are there, children. Animals in the phylum Aschelminthes. Now you can see a male Ascaris and female Ascaris are there. Now male Ascaris is having in the upper part mouth, and down it is having tail, and in between before tail one hole is there. In the female Ascaris, the on the top mouth is there, then genital aperture is there, then again it is also having tail, but before tail one hole is there. So this is all about the animals in phylum Aschelminthes. But one thing you might have noticed, children, here, that see this male Ascaris is very in comparison of the female Ascaris, it is the length is short or the length is small. So this is the characteristic by which if it is this specimen is kept for your exam or practical exam, you can understand that which one is the male Ascaris and which one is the female Ascaris. Hope you might have understood, children. Now let us see here, children. This topic is cancelled for you. Again we will start with the phylum Annelida. So we will see the characteristic of this phylum. First of all, we will see, children, that body of this animal is long, cylindrical and metamerically segmented. What is the meaning of cylindrical? Already I told that body is hollow tubular structure, and the body is metamerically segmented. What is the meaning of metamerically segmented? Mean the segments are homologous, or they are made up of somatite cells, or we can see that the repetition of the organs and tissues at the intervals along the body, it is there. Now this is the first point that you have to keep in your mind, that these cells are metamerically segmented. So the question may come that in which phylum you can get the organism which are having the metamerically segmentation. So you can tell here this, children. Now let us see the second point. Most of the free living, that means most of the animals are free living, but few are ectoparasite. What is the meaning of ectoparasite, children? Ectoparasite mean they are parasite on outside of its host body. They are free living. Sometimes they be marine, or sometimes a marine mean living in the sea water. Sometimes they are freshwater dwellers, that mean living in the fresh water, and sometimes they are terrestrial. Terrestrial mean living on the land. So this point also you have to underline, children. Now these animals are triploblastic. Triploblastic mean made up of how many layers? 3 layers, children. So these animals are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical. So bilaterally symmetrical mean they are, if we'll cut into equal half, we can get the mirror image like our body is there, and they are eucyllomatic. So we can see here, you can see here, children, that these animals are triploblastic, bilateral symmetrical. Now one important feature is there, that they are having the CT or parapodia, or you can call as suckers for the locomotion. Now how you can define the parapodia, or what is the meaning of parapodia? When a flat, fleshy, hollow, vertical flap is as outgrowth on the either side of the body, that is called the parapodia, or you can say that it is a pair appendages or limbs that are used for locomotion or sensation. So this point you have to keep in your mind, that in the organism of the Annelida phylum they are having the parapodia or suckers. Now their body is covered with special cuticle. These animals are either hermaphrodite or unisexual. The meaning of hermaphrodite, already I told you that when both the sexes, male and female, are present in the same organism, then they are called as hermaphrodite. Unisexual mean either sex will be present, either male or female. Now what are the example? Earthworm, leech, naris, etc. Now we can see here the figure, children. This is earthworm. It is having, first of all we'll see mouth is there, then in the end anus is there, but in between one thick portion is there. This is made up of very thick cuticle. This is called the clitellum. This is very important feature that you have to learn, that clitellum is present in the earthworm. Now next example is leech. In the rainy season you might have seen the black color organism it is, and it is also having a mouth and anus. It is sucking the blood if it will get stick to the human being. Now let us show you, next is the naris. Now it is having parapodia. Here clearly you can see, children, these are parapodia. Then mouth is there and anus is there. So these are all animals which are present in phylum Annelida. Now this part you can see, children, it is cancelled for you. Now next is the phylum Arthropoda. So We can see here this is phylum Arthropoda. First point we will see, or first characteristic we will see, that they are having jointed appendages. Arthro means jointed, poda means limbs. They are having jointed appendages. That is the first characteristic. Then that is why they are called as arthropods. On the planet Earth, they are having the highest number of animals. That means this phylum is having the highest number of animals. Hence, this is the phylum that we can tell that largest phylum with highly successful animal in animal kingdom. Now, the third one or third characteristic is that these animals are found in all types of habitat, ranging from deepest ocean to the highest mountain. That means they are present deep in the ocean as well as they are present in the high mountain also. The body of these animals is triploblastic. Triploblastic means they are made up of three layers. That means ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. So what are the three layers of triploblastic? Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Now they are eucoelomate. Eucoelomate means they are having true cavity. Then bilaterally symmetrical. Again, if we'll cut in two half, we can get the mirror image of each other. Now, let us see that this chitinous, or we can call, they are having one exoskeleton that is made up of chitinous, that is a tough semi-transparent nitrogenous substance that is the main component of the exoskeleton of arthropods. So this point also you have to remember, children, that this chitinous exoskeleton is present around their body. These animals are unisexual. Unisexual means they are having one sex, either male or female in one organism. Now, what are the example, children? Crab, spider, scorpion, millipede, centipede, cockroach, butterfly, bee, etc. These are the example of this kingdom, this phylum Arthropoda. So, already you have seen the diagram of butterfly or pic of butterfly when I have started this lecture. We'll see further here some animals which are present in phylum Arthropoda. So let us start. Here we can see, children, this is snail. In rainy season, everybody might have seen. It is black color and one projected visceral organ is coming out. Then this is cockroach. It is having the abdomen, leg, head portion, thorax. That means in between the abdomen and head portion, thorax is there, wings are there and legs are there. Legs are jointed. That is why they are coming under the Arthropoda. Then here, children, you can see in cockroach two antennae are there. These are the antennae. These are meant for senses. That means they give the sense of the prey, sense of the enemy, etc. So this is all about the cockroach structure. Now let us see the scorpion. Now it is also having the head and tail. This is the tail portion. Now here appendices, these limbs are there. Then we can see the butterfly. This is the butterfly which is also in the phylum Arthropoda. Now we will see here, children, this part is cancelled. Now we will start with the phylum Mollusca here. This is phylum Mollusca. Body of this animal is soft and slimy. Hence they are referred as mollusk. So this is the special characteristic of this organism, that the body of this animal is soft and slimy. That is why they are coming under the mollusk. Second characteristic is there. This is the largest phylum of the animal kingdom. Now, what is the third point, children? We'll see here the third point. That these animals are terrestrial. Terrestrial mean? What is the meaning of terrestrial, children? Terrestrial mean living on the land. So this point you have to underline. Sometimes they are aquatic. Aquatic mean they are present in the water. Now, most tentacles, we can see that of aquatic mollusks. This mostly they are having the aquatic dwelling. Aquatic dwelling mean they are living in the water. Sometimes they are marine. Marine mean living in the sea water. But sometimes they are freshwater dwellers. So some are having the tentacles also. Now how the body of these animals is there, that we'll see here. That body of this animal is triploblastic and eucoelomatic. So this point you have to underline, that body is triploblastic and eucoelomate. Eucoelomate means true cavity is present. Triploblastic means made up of 3 layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Body is non-segmented, that means no segments are there, as well as it is soft, except animal like the snail. Their body shows bilateral symmetry like us. Their body is divided into 3 divisions. What are these 3 divisions, children? Head, foot and visceral mass. Head, foot already you know. Visceral mass is coming out as a projection of the mass, projection of the muscles, that living part, and with the help of its this visceral mass, it is doing the locomotion. Now, visceral mass is covered with the mantle. So, this point you have to learn. What is mantle, children? Mantle is the hard calcareous covering that is in the form of shell. This mantle secretes a hard calcareous shell, and this shell may be external or internal. Even sometimes it is absent in some cases. These animals are unisexual. Unisexual means either the male is there or the female is there. The example of bivalve, snail, octopus, etc. So here I stop my lecture, children, and already in all lectures I am telling you in the end that whatever point I am highlighting, that you have to write down in your long book, chapter wise, topic wise, learn them nicely so that it will be easy for you, as well as the term also I am explaining as ectoparasite, endoparasite, then metamorphic, whatever term are coming in between, then triploblastic, all terms, whatever hermaphrodite, whatever terms are coming in between, that I am trying to explain you, children. Still, if you are having any doubt, children, you can ask me, and it is my request that you all make one long book. Every time I am telling you, write this all highlighted point, learn them by heart, as well as prepare nicely for your board exam, for your exam, and whatever diagram are there, that also you practice nicely. Thank you, children.